Aloha and welcome. My name is Taylor Norris, and I'm a galactic astrology soul reader and Reiki master. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Neptune, specifically Neptune in Pisces and its upcoming conjunction with the north node of the moon. Neptune, the planet of dreams and the unseen world and spirituality, spiritual practice, spiritual service, all things spiritual, all things invisible. And that truth, that connection, that peace, that bliss, that creativity that comes from very deep within us and connects us to the divine, connects us to the infinite source, however you want to call that, and think about that and contemplate that. I'm going to share with you a slide containing a lot of information about Neptune and Pisces, the transit of Neptune and Pisces, Neptune changing sign into Aries, the dates for all of that, Neptune conjunct the north node of the moon, and all the other times that Neptune has been conjunct the north node of the moon. So you can reflect back in your life and think about what was occurring for you during those conjunctions, knowing that we have this conjunction coming up around the early part of February, February 6th, it's exact, but we will be feeling that conjunction really the beginning of February. And Neptune is just so important this year. Saturn is also very important this year and into next year, as both of these planets and the north node of the moon are really emphasizing Pisces zodiac sign, Pisces creativity, Pisces spirituality, Pisces letting go, imagining, dreaming, visioning, and accessing ultimately that infinite abundant source within each of us, feeling more connected to the divine, feeling more embodied, and communing in oneness and wholeness and integrity with the divine, and really releasing any kind of apparent separation between the mundane world, the physical world, and the world of the sacred, the divine, the ascended, how those two are really one, one truth, one wholeness, and we can attune our energy to those higher frequencies. We can attune our consciousness to more of that unity consciousness. And I think that's so much the part of the transition that we're all in this year, because there's a lot of letting go, there's a lot of conditioning, there's a lot of releasing the blocks, the limitations, the thought forms, the beliefs, physical obstructions, spiritual obstructions, memories, traumas, injuries, wounds, and so on, patterns, dynamics that we are releasing so that we can be in this space of pure consciousness and bliss and connection in our creativity, in our flow, in our divine alignment with the new beginnings that are very much on the horizon and beginning to emerge, beginning to be more conscious and more fully expressed, especially in the times of the year when these planets are in Aries, and then certainly beginning February of next year. So I'm going to share my screen and show you what I'm talking about. We can get more specific with it. I want to say too that I am teaching a class on February 8th that's all about exploring the north node of the moon conjunct Neptune in Pisces, what it means astrologically, galactically, information and insights about what it means for you, where it's occurring in your birth chart. So if this information today interests you at all, definitely check out that class. I would love to have you as part of the sacred circle. We will be doing a Reiki journey in that class as well, really tuning into this, bringing through the healing that's needed as part of this transit, bringing through this whole transitional year that we're in, the higher frequencies of that, the gentleness of that, and what all of this means for you and your inner guidance in that Reiki journey, really connecting in with this at a deep and personal healing and empowering level. So, Neptune. Here is the glyph of Neptune and Neptune planet. This is the glyph of conjunction, the conjunction aspect, where this Neptune energy is really merged with the north node of the moon. The north node of the moon is this horseshoe shaped or headphone shaped glyph here. And really, the north node of the moon is pointing us to where the juiciness and substance of our collective evolution is right now. And so we are really being invited to dive deeply, explore deeply the Pisces zodiac sign, the Pisces energy. So any planets or points you have in Pisces will be very important this year and the first half of next year as well, while the north node of the moon is in Pisces. But we're having this even deeper Piscean integration as this north node of the moon is conjoining the ruler or the planetary guide of the zodiac sign of Pisces. And this is, of course, our beautiful planet Neptune. And so we can look back in history, in your diary, in your journal, in the calendar and timeline of your life, and explore and reflect on these other times in your life. So I looked at the dates since 1950 that Neptune has made a conjunction with the north node of the moon, the true north node of the moon. What other times in your life have you been guided deeply to spiritualize? Because the principle of Neptune is, in essence, to spiritualize whatever it touches. So you can see in February of 1958, Neptune was conjunct the true north node at 4 degrees of Scorpio, conjunct fixed star Sirma in a beautiful, strong alignment with Sirma star and Virgo constellation. So the themes of the Scorpio energy, very, very strong in this particular conjunction. And the harvest goddess, the maiden Virgo, and this beautiful Sirma star. So what was going on for you if you were alive back in 1958, February? Then the north node of the moon was conjunct Neptune December of 1974, right around Christmas, and this was at 10 degrees Sagittarius, conjunct, making a conjunct alignment with Antares star in Scorpius constellation. And this is one of our royal stars. This is a star of military action, of higher guidance, of that light warrior spirit, and connected to Archangel Uriel, incredibly powerful star in the heart of the Scorpion constellation. The north node of the moon was then conjunct Neptune on October 9th, 1991. So this was at 14 degrees Capricorn. The Capricorn theme's very strong: structure and work and business and reputation and obligation and having a strong foundation. This is a Saturn ruled or Saturn guided zodiac sign. And Neptune, this particular Neptune North Node conjunction, was aligned to Vega star and Lyra. So through all of this Capricornian structure was also this possibility for a deeper spiritual connection. Vega, that's very, very ancient in origin, perhaps new gifts and talents, abilities coming through, music being a very important part of this, music and sound and spells and magic, and really just allowing this light of enchantment to come through. In May of 2008, we had the most recent conjunction of the North Node of the Moon and Neptune. And this was at 24 degrees of Aquarius, conjunct Deneb Algety star and Capricornus constellation. So more of those Aquarian themes were important: connection, community, global interconnectedness, galactic interconnectedness, exploring technology, new ways of doing things, orienting to the future. With Deneb Algety, this star very much grounded in leadership, in practicality, in civilization, and having knowledge and wisdom and answers and solutions and awareness of larger cycles. And so that's bringing us to the present day, February 6th, 2025, where the North Node of the Moon will conjoin Neptune at 28 degrees of Pisces, making a conjunct alignment with Skiat star and Pegasus constellation. So this is very, very significant if you have any planets or points in the last degrees of Pisces. So really in that last decan of Pisces, 20 to 30 degrees Pisces, and the early degrees of Aries as well. I would say up to 10 degrees Aries. So from about 20 degrees Pisces to 10 degrees Aries, we are really feeling this Neptunian energy very, very strong. The Piscean energy, very strong. The Skiat star, this most psychic star, as it is in this alignment to the final degrees of our entire zodiac wheel. So not just the last degrees of a sign, but the last degrees of the last sign, Pisces. So, what does all of this mean? Again, reflecting on these times in your life, what was coming up for you? Are you seeing a re-emergence of those patterns? Are you feeling this call to deepen your spiritual practice? Are you feeling this call to perhaps dream deeper, to manifest, to let go of any blocks, any limitations? Because Neptune truly has no limits and can really help us heal and release anything that is hiding our light, to cleanse us, to reveal more of our true and authentic selves, to reveal more of our purity, our innocence, our divine connection, our creative life force energy, and to certainly reveal our mental creativity, our psychic gifts, our intuitive gifts, those special gifts that each of us had as children, and also helping empower us each of those special dreams that we had as children in our purest, most innocent selves. What were our gifts and talents, and what were our dreams for this lifetime? And what were we aware of as young children that we can remember now about ourselves, about our lives, about our gifts and talents, about our purpose, about why we are here on Earth as human beings right now. So I also included this date, the 27th August 2041. This will be the next time the North Node of the Moon is conjunct Neptune, and this will occur at 8 degrees Taurus, conjunct Shadir star in Cassiopeia. And this is the Queen star, the divine feminine leadership star. I'm certainly looking forward to that particular alignment. That could be a very, very powerful time of spirituality grounding and being made manifest on the earth, and an even stronger pulse and radiance of that feminine leadership and that queen energy arising within each of us, as we realize the sacredness of our bodies, the sacredness of the earth, the sacredness of one another, and the sacredness of really all beings and all life on earth and all beings and all life beyond the earth as well. So we will be in a very different space come 2041 than we are in this present conjunction in 2025. We have a lot of work to do, a lot of healing to do, a lot of dreams and bliss to also enjoy and empower and receive. A lot of what this transit really seems to be about, what I'm tuning into, is receiving divine love and receiving self-love. And so that will be a powerful theme that we will be exploring and doing healing and empowering work around in the upcoming class I'm teaching. So I hope you will join that class if that sounds like important for you at this time. So I also wanted to talk about Neptune and Pisces and how it's transitioning into Aries this year. So the main part of the Neptune and Pisces transit has been since April 5th, 2011 until March 30th of 2025. So later this year, in the very end of March, Neptune will move into Aries zodiac sign. So you can think back in your life what has transpired and unfolded for you since April of 2011. How have you spiritualized? And if you know what part of your astrological chart that Pisces occupies, you will likely see a whole process of like dissolution. Maybe you are going in one direction, and then the high frequency, more of that spiritual direction came through for you. Maybe you had spiritual awakening during this time, and it was really focusing in this area of your life. Or if you had planets in Pisces, planets or points in Pisces, perhaps you really had a spiritualization of whatever that planet or point might be for you. So this is going to be different for everybody. So we get into, in March, the preview transit of Neptune and Aries. This is what I'm calling it. So from March 30th, 2025 until October 22nd, 2025, Neptune will be in Aries. So we will have a preview of what the main Neptune and Aries transit will be, which is lasting much longer than that. So we get this energy of new spiritual beginnings, new spiritual leadership, new dreams manifesting, new courageous actions that are very much being guided from this deep part of ourselves. And so that's why really right now, Neptune conjunct North Node is preparing us for this Neptune and Aries transit. And that's really how I see all the transits of the planets. It's like we have one divine step after another divine step in this divinely ordered, perfectly curated process of our evolutionary growth. And it's so perfect and it's so rich when you can see that order and know that even if it's not like your plan and your strategy for how your evolution would unfold is coming from this higher source of consciousness, it's all perfectly laid out for you. And all you have to really do is be as conscious as you can, aware as you can. Take your next steps as you're guided. Be open to growth, be open to possibilities, and to really listen to yourself and support yourself through this process. But you're always, always, always being guided. And when we're aware of the astrology, it's like we know in what ways we are being guided, and to, take time and take some celebration, some ceremony around that, and say yes to this process of formation and transmutation that we're in. So Neptune will go back into Pisces, its final transition into Pisces from October 22nd of this year until January 26th of 2026. So that's really a time of wrapping things up, any final healing, releasing, letting go, anything we don't want to carry into 2026 and beyond. We will be really supported in letting that go. And so Neptune moves into Aries and starts its main transit of Aries zodiac sign January 26th of 2026 until May 22nd of 2038. So it's going to spend a good 12 years in Aries zodiac sign. And again, if you can identify where Aries zodiac sign is in your birth chart, you will get an idea of which area of life, any planets or points that you have in Aries that are really going to undergo the spiritualization process. There might be this process of dissolving, letting go, releasing, so that a higher, more beautiful, more blissful, more creative, more divinely connected, divinely ordered, sacred expression can be birthed within you and within through you and through your life as well. Another layer to this that I will mention is that Neptune is not working alone this year. It will be working in connection, is working very much in connection with Saturn this year. And so we're feeling this energy right now where Saturn, structured physical reality, our inner authority, is combining with this high frequency, divine love, spiritual energy of Neptune. And Saturn and Neptune together in this conjunction, in this blending, in this sacred unification process is asking us to dream dreams and manifest those dreams and embody even more deeply our inner authority, embody even more deeply our sense of sacredness, of divine mission, of spiritual service, and to embrace our idealistic inner children and know that we have the power and the leadership within us to actually express the fullness of our gifts, our talents, our mastery, our spiritual mastery. There's a real possibility to develop and express and embody even deeper levels of our spiritual mastery with Saturn and Neptune. So they will be conjunct within a 1 degree orb. So like I said, we're in this energy now, but it will really be strong beginning in June of this year, July of this year, August of this year. And this conjunction will be between 0 and 2 degrees of Aries. So again, where in your chart is about 0 to 2 degrees of Aries, this is where you will be feeling this sense of spiritual leadership rising within you, dreams wanting to manifest, and new beginnings and new unfoldments and new expressions of your spiritual mastery arising within you and expressing through you. And so this is really leading into next year's even more exact conjunction, February 8th of 2026 through March 4th of 2026. This Saturn Neptune conjunction will be spanning the very final degree of Pisces, 29 Pisces, through 1 degree of Aries, and they will be exactly conjunct, Saturn and Neptune exactly conjunct at 0 degrees and 45 minutes of Aries on the 20th of February in 2026. And I certainly plan to be doing a class then on that particular transit. So that is something to look forward to. That's going to be a big new beginning for each of us, and certainly starting a whole new chapter, a whole new cycle of development that is spanning more than 35 years. Saturn and Neptune only come together every 35 to 36 years. So this is a much bigger new beginning, and it's happening at that very first degree of the zodiac. So it's like brand new, new horizons, new territory. But it's coming from, that's why this preparation, this spiritual preparation, this embodiment, this letting go, this releasing, this shedding, this whole transitionary process of 2025 is so important for us to really do the spiritual work and really say yes to letting go so that we can be even more in our power, in our authenticity, our sovereignty, our individuality, expressing, because that's really so much of Aries is expressing and shining. The sun is exalted in Aries zodiac sign, shining your unique light, shining your authentic gifts and talents, shining your spiritual mastery that extends beyond even this lifetime, deep into the earth, deep, possibly into the galactic, angelic realms, other realms, fairy realms, archangelic realms, other galaxies. It really is limitless. And Neptune knows this. Neptune in Pisces knows your true, limitless, infinite potential. And so we're releasing so we can expand into that, the fullness of our potential. So I would like to take this final moment here to formally invite you to the class I'm teaching on this transit, the North Node of the Moon conjunct Neptune in Pisces. Divine love, receptivity, self-love, receptivity, journeying to the 12th heaven of consciousness where we can embrace that radical expansion that is our birthright, that is being divinely ordered at this time. This will be an intuitive galactic astrology class that also includes the Reiki journey. It's a live class on Saturday, February 8th from 8 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. in Hawaii time. It will be recorded, and the recordings of this class will be hosted on my website, and you will have indefinite access to those recordings. And so the link with more information about the class will be in the description box below, but this is the page you will find on my website. And I encourage you to go here. You can read more about exactly what is included in the class and see if it's right for you. It is open to beginners, to all levels of astrology, all levels of Reiki experience and practice. And really, these classes are very powerful ways for us to gather in sacred circle, explore these beautiful astrological transits, the possibilities, what it means for each of us. Take a time, take a moment, and have ceremony, have sacred space around these transits, receive their gifts, their activations, and receive our guidance, receive our healing, our empowerment, so that this transit is as extraordinary as possible for each of us, and we really empower the highest possible expression of this transit in 2025 and beyond for each of us, and coming together in a group where we can talk about astrology, we can talk about Reiki. It's a safe space. You can ask your questions. You can see where this is happening in your birth chart and what it might be healing and opening up and revealing and empowering for you, and have that confirm your own intuition about it. So you can learn more about the class here And it really is always such a beautiful, divinely ordered sacred circle, very magical classes. I love these classes. And I'm so excited for this one because it's Neptune and it's the North Node and it's as spiritual and multidimensional as we can get. And the Reiki energy, my insights that have been coming through about what this transit is really all about have just been so deep and so powerful and so revealing of our collective growth and our collective evolution, and how this is all really for our highest good so that we can create even more beautiful creations rooted and anchored in a very strong space of self love, connecting to our own infinite source of divine love as well, being those clear channels for our authentic selves and creating the beautiful new beginnings and possibilities that are on the horizon as these outer planets move into Aries. And we have this whole big new chapter beginning in 2026. So I hope you'll join me in that class. If you have any questions or comments about Neptune and Pisces, North Node of the Moon conjunct Neptune and Pisces, I would love to hear what was happening for you in those other times of the North Node of the Moon conjunct Neptune and Pisces. What was occurring in your life? And even any of your reflections on Neptune and Pisces, this transit since 2011, what that's been like for you, and what you're tuning into about these energies now in 2025 and 2026. So, thank you so much for being here. I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Aho, amen, namaste, and so it is. Mahalo.